this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. As you can see with this slightly different video today, this is a video I have been meaning to make for ages, probably pre my wedding last year in August. But I've postponed it a few times because either my craft room was in a mess, or I thought I have to put a few ideas together so it's a bit more structured, the video. But today I thought I record it anyway. My husband's out of the house, my cat's fast asleep, and I thought I just need to start on this now, otherwise it'll be in my head all the time. And yeah, I have so many ideas for this video that I thought if I don't start recording it now, it's not going to happen. As you maybe know if you've been following me, I'm always real about my videos. I leave mistakes in that I make. I don't edit them a lot. Sometimes I have to take things out that didn't quite work, but I always tell you about these. And this video, I would like this to be the same. I have not tidied up my craft desk. I'm not showing it to you right now, but I have got on my channel already a video from a few weeks ago where I showed you how I do tidy my craft craft desk when it's in a bit of a mess. And this is a bit like what this video is supposed to be about. I think I will actually make it 2 parts. I don't know yet. You will see that from the title eventually. Because what also inspired me today to do this video now is I need to tidy my craft room before I show you actually my storage solutions. In the past few weeks, I have brought in quite a few things into my craft room. I have been busy throughout the last 2 months recording videos, which left my craft room in a bit of a mess. I did the Advent Calendar series in December, and well, in January I didn't record that many videos, but I have been busy with other things like my VAT return. And so yeah, I have not been tidying as much as I would like to. So my idea was I can combine my storage video with the one where I'm giving you tips on how to tidy your craft room if you are struggling. This is just my perspective. These are things that help me. They might not help everyone, so I'm putting this disclaimer in. And yeah, I have been researching and practicing tidying. I'm calling it tidying. I'm not calling it storage. I'm not bringing the storage solutions just yet, and this is why I think I want to have maybe 2 separate videos. I have been doing this for years. I also want to bring in the word decluttering. I used to have a huge problem with clutter. I'm going to be honest about this here. This is just my nature. And when I moved over from Germany, I had a 7.5-ton truck full of stuff. And throughout the years, I've been able to let these things go. And I have been able to do that in my craft room as well a little bit. Yeah, I'm not quite sure yet how to bring this into the video, but don't be alarmed. This is just my perspective and how I would approach storing things in the craft room. So I know that before I store things that I have bought just recently, I know I need to get rid of things in here as well. So I will show you a few areas today how you can approach stuff if you've got mess. And the other thing I want to tell you about is how I store things. I haven't scripted this video, and this is why it might be a bit bit ping pong, and I'm bringing in ideas. So I think, yeah, I'll tell you about decluttering first of all. For some people, decluttering is a negative word. I think the important thing is if you're struggling in your craft room and you find you don't have the space to craft, it's probably a sign that you have got too many things. And we crafters, we like to collect things. We like to collect bits and bobs, and we see possibilities in all materials, and so it's sometimes a bit difficult to decide what we really want to keep. And I see craft rooms on YouTube, and people have got this humongous space, and they have got space to store everything their own, but many of us only have a little bit of space. And I will show you the entirety of my craft room separately of this intro, probably once it's a bit tidier. But mine is, well, it is a spare room. It's not bad, but we've got two wardrobes in here that are not part of my craft storage, obviously. So I don't have that much craft storage. Not too bad, really, but I know that everything's full. Cupboards are full. So if I bring new stuff in, I need to let go of stuff. And I want to encourage you to maybe rethink what you can let go of if you are struggling with space. And I will show you that with my cards as well. Not sure whether they show. No, probably can't see them in this at this angle. I've got two of these IKEA cards. I know there's stuff on there that I don't use, so I will show you a few things there that I can let go of. I have recently let go of my bead collection. I used to make jewellery. I realised I'm not making that much jewellery. I kept a few things back to make key rings, but I passed these on to a crafty friend, and I frequently find things that I'm thinking, am I really using this? And I got into the habit of passing those on straight away. So I will, as I said, I will show you a few examples of things that I am intending to let go of when I have a little tidy. And yeah, I think this is all I want to tell you about this introduction. And another little disclaimer, this won't be a craft room tour where I open every drawer and show you everything. This is not what this is supposed to be about. I think the intro is long enough anyway. I want to give you really, really handy tips of how to store things if you are struggling, and if you find that other craft room videos don't really help you. In my second part, I will tell you a little bit more about that. I will just, no, I will leave it till the second part. I will show you a little, tell you a little bit more about why maybe other ways of storing things that you've seen on YouTube or even Pinterest, why they don't work for you. So yeah, I'll leave that till the second part, and I will now swap over the camera and show you areas that I'm intending to tidy tonight. So I'm not sure how well the microphone works when I'm not right next to it, but I want to show you this. This is the top of my IKEA card, or one of my IKEA cards. And I have got here some magazine files. I'm keeping, well, parts of magazines in here, and my Made to Surprise collection, my Sheena collection, and also some textures here. And I'm fine with that. I will show you that in detail when I show you my storage solutions. What is the problem is that this provides a nice surface for me to pile stuff on. So this is a cardboard envelope that came with my new Lavinia stamps last week, so I just piled them on top before I put them away. I haven't put them away yet, I meant to. And once I have created a surface like this, this all collects. So I've got some scrap paper here. I even have got the stencil from a project I did that day. And then, yeah, I just start piling things on top. So my suggestion is, to myself as well, I'm going to tidy this up now. I won't put these in storage yet where they belong, but I will put them in a little basket, and I will move these from the top here, because what the problem is, and has always been for me with these cards, once I start piling things on top, I don't have access to the top here. Sorry, I need to switch the camera off. I need to cough for a second. Yeah, pardon me, I haven't done that in a few weeks, the coughing. So if I just lift my stand here and show you this here as well. So same thing here. I recently got a folder and some craft supplies from our local craft group. We had a little declutter, so I just piled it on top, but then this means I don't have access to these folders. So I really need to tidy these and store them away, and this is what I'm going to do this very second. So this took me under 2 minutes. I had some scrap paper which went down there in the bin. I had some good scrap paper that I can still use for when I'm ink blending, just to work on. That went in the storage for that. I'll show you that, how that works. I had some artwork and the folder that went in that cupboard, because these are the designated places I do have. I put my new Lavinia stamps and supplies in this little basket, and I'm going to put that just behind me at the moment. Trying not to move too quickly and make you dizzy, because I just need to get this out of the way. What I do have a problem with is this lot of patterned paper, and I'm going to be honest about this, because where it goes, where I keep my patterned cardstock in here, it's full to the rim. There is no space for that. So that's an area I need to declutter. So for the time being, I'm going to put this here with my supplies. Now actually I will put it here with this card here. You can see the mess in the background there. Because these here in this folder, sorry if I struggle with filming, doing it one-handedly. This is a magazine folder I have to declutter, because these are backgrounds and bits, so I think that's a good idea to put it with that, and then I can look through this as when I look through this stuff here. So my next idea for decluttering, that is, as I said, just for myself, is when I got my Lavinia delivery, I got this envelope here, and I just shoved it on the floor, as we do as crafters. So I'm going to dispose of that now, take my address off. And I've also got a box on the floor there with mixed supplies. I have got another basket down here that I will not tidy, but have a look what is in there that has got designated space, and then I can put it there. If it doesn't have a designated space, I need to leave it in an area where it doesn't get in the way of me tidying. That is a tricky one, you know, to explain on what I do then, and this is sometimes how we end up still with clutter. But these are supposed to be just little steps, so I'm sure I can find spaces for those. Reduce the size of the baskets and the boxes, and as I said, showed you before here, I put this basket here because when it sits on my chair, and I don't really sit on the chair when I'm crafting, I always stand, at least it reminds me that it needs to be put somewhere else. I would like to issue the warning, don't put things in boxes with lids or behind doors, because then you forget about them. If you keep them out, then you will remember to tidy them up or find a new place for them if they haven't got a place yet. I was just taking this apart when I thought about something else. We crafters love paper. Also, if you have watched, well, years ago I watched a video by Natasha Foote, and she did some stamping with bubble wrap. I used to keep all the bubble wrap, different sizes. I got really excited about getting bubble wrap with my deliveries. Let go of it. Yeah, you probably have got enough paper, you probably have got enough bubble wrap. So recycle it, let it go of it. Don't keep every scrap, because that's what causes the problem in the end with storage. I found some more things I'm letting go of today. These are lids from Pringle tubs, and I started keeping those, and I thought they would be good for ink palettes, you know, just when you just want to create a little bit, or when you want to mix a little bit Mod Podge or glue with glitter. And it's fine, but don't ask me how many of those I have saved. I don't eat those all, so I'm going to let go of these today. And the other one is a template from a card I made. This is the one where the bottle was moving. If I ever wanted to make that card again, I can make myself a new template. I've got my video now as reference, so I'm letting go of this as well. Another thing I can declutter today is things out of this tub. I made these a few weeks back when I was creating 2 bird cards, and I coloured quite a few in. I will keep the ones that I've coloured in, and I'm sure I will fussy cut them in a session and use them. But the ones I haven't even coloured in, I can let these go. If I ever need them again, I'm just going to stamp them again. So I'm letting go. And even though this might not seem a lot, it will accumulate, and it will, you know, you will have fewer and fewer things to let go of and more space. So let go of the little things, and you will might find that with time that is actually quite a good feeling of letting go. So as I said, this is what I'm letting go of now. Apologies, by the way, if I'm wobbling too much here. So the second step for me is I've got these in this little tub. This is when I was working behind the bar. This is one of our tubs that we have behind the bar. But obviously it takes up quite a bit of space. So now that I have decluttered the 2 bits that I don't need, I can put these in a clear wallet. I've got these A5 document wallets. They are from the works, just £1 for 5. And by putting them in there and putting them into my card, I'm using definitely less space, so I've got more space for other things. So it's all reduced now in this wallet, so really, really handy. So the other thing I wanted to show you is, I don't know whether you spotted that earlier, this was on the floor. These are actually 2 baskets because one was already empty, and I just shoved the other one in there. These were all beads I had when I made my wedding headband, and they've got some wire there as well. The wire actually needs to go with my jewellery making stuff. But the beads, rather than keeping them in a big container, I can reduce that and use a smaller container. By the way, apologies if this now goes into the storage area. This is why I said it's a bit difficult to keep the videos apart. I keep these containers from my Chinese takeaways, but only the ones that had rice in them, because they're usually less greasy and they're usually not stained. So I will just transfer the beads into here, and then they will be easier for me to actually put with my jewellery stuff, and definitely take up less space. I'm also tempted to let go of this blue box. It can be quite handy, but I know that if I do have it around, I will fill it with other stuff. I've got the tendency to put things in there, and yeah, as tempting as that sounds, it can also be a little curse. I have now condensed the big box to this little one, and that'll be easier for me to store away. And because it's clear, I can still see what's inside. I've got a vague idea. I suggest you never ever have boxes that are not clear. Even when you label them, it doesn't work, but I will tell you a little bit more about that in the second part of my storage solutions. So I was just about to be brave and throw this box away, but I thought, I have got some shaving foam, and I would like to have a go at making backgrounds with shaving foam and inks. So I thought this would actually be quite a good tray to practice in that. So I will keep it just for that purpose. And I do actually have a space where I keep my spray box as well. So this will go there now, and the other one will go where I keep my boxes, which at the moment is under my craft desk. Just show you the mess here. I've got boxes in here. These are small boxes, and I've also shoved some on the floor just now there. I have got a serious issue with letting go of storage boxes. I know I don't really need them, but yeah, I'm struggling letting go of them. I've got a serious issue with that. But maybe you're the same, and yeah, you can tell me in your comments all about things that you struggle getting rid of. But please keep the comment boxes free of judgment, as in negative judgment. We don't need that here. We all find it difficult, so please don't do that. The last thing I will tackle tonight is this bag here and this one over there. Oh, and the glass jars there. I'll first tell you about these two bags. I have been crafting with friends. This one is actually a bag from December from the crafts there, and I haven't really packed these things away, and this is why the cupboard is open as well. And the other one is just from Sunday. We've been making some, oh, I'll show you that as well. We've been making some snowdrop fairies. I think I will record a video where I show you how we made those. This, by the way, if you're wondering about these, just before we went on holiday in January, just a few weeks back, we went to IKEA and my husband bought 2 cupboards for himself, which come in these 3 boxes. And I got myself a new card here. I was a bit hesitant about it at first, but I thought it would help me with tidying my stuff in the craft room, so I hope that will be the case. But yeah, so I'm going to empty these 2 bags now, and I'm going to put things where they belong. These are mainly felt, which goes right in the cupboard behind there, and my hot glue guns need putting away, and little bits and bobs for decorations. I think this won't take me longer than 10 minutes. So this is again my encouragement for you. What have you got? Have you got any bags or boxes that you can empty very quickly, put away quickly, because you have got designated spaces for them? So whilst I was putting away my felt from my 2 crafts, I thought I need to show you this cupboard, and I'm going to say something really controversial here. When I put things away, I sometimes allow myself to put things away like this, as in shove them into the cupboard. I mean, I put my folders with my felt that I've got here, I put those in the basket, but I had little bits and bobs that I found after I put those away, and I just shoved them in the back there, sorry, on the top there. And I allow myself that. If I got my folders out again now and started putting them in there, I would get distracted from my actual aim, which was to empty those 2 bags. And because I'm closing the door on this cupboard anyway, it's not going to hurt me. And next time when I use the felt, I might have the extra 10 minutes to look through these and sort them. But it doesn't, as I said, it doesn't hurt me if I shove them in there. Yeah, the felt might crease a little bit, but that's okay for me. It's contained. I know where it is. It's not in the way in the way anywhere else, and I allow myself this. And the other thing that might be controversial that I want to throw in, when I said earlier I'm going to put something into the recycling, yes, I do that with the plastic and with the paper. But sometimes I have things, like little paper scraps and other things, even things that I want to let go of, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe I could pass them on to somebody. I quite often just throw them in the bin. Yes, it's not always environmentally friendly, and please don't have a go at me in the comments. But when it comes to decluttering, sometimes the quickest and shortest way is the best. If you start storing things, you know, like you want to pass on to friends, and you think like, oh, this would be good for this person, this would be good for that person. You basically, and still hold on to all these things. When I have got stuff that I want to pass on to my crafty friends, I sometimes put a message with a photo on WhatsApp and I ask them straight away. For an example, I've just got a box here that I thought would be good for storing things, but I haven't seen the crafty friend that I had in mind for that. And the box has been hanging around for 2 weeks now. It's getting in the way. So, yeah, I will have to take my own advice and send her a message. And if she says no and I don't know who to give it to, and if I'm not getting around to the charity shop for a while, it's okay to let go of it by putting it in the refuse bin. Keep that in mind. You don't have to always dispose of things the correct way if it helps you with your tidying and decluttering. So emptying those 2 bags took me about 15 minutes, definitely not more, so that was okay. So I just wanted to show you these things now that I will tidy up tonight, but not just now, because I suggest when you do some tidying, take breaks. I will take a coffee break and just about 20 minutes, maybe even set a timer so you don't get distracted and then don't go back to your chores. But as I said to you before, I've got this basket here full of pretty bottles, but I'm definitely going to declutter those. I have been meaning to turn these into bottle lights. I've done that in the past, and because we've got the pub, for those of you who don't know, I get many pretty bottles, but I'll have another look through these, which ones I actually do really need. The other thing here that looks like a cardboard box that could go in the recycling, no, this one can't. It says there John's box. That's my cat's box. My cat normally doesn't really like boxes, but with this one he was really smitten, so I kept it for him. And he, yeah, frequently sits in that, sometimes even sleeps in that, so that will have to stay where it is, although it does look like clutter. Then I have got a collection of these coffee tins here. Yes, they need to be passed on to people who want to craft with those. I have got a lady who has taken them in the past for kids' crafts, but I definitely need to check with her whether she still wants those. And then this is purchases from just a few days ago. I went to Lidl and I bought some containers and some cardstock. The containers, yeah, I bought them not knowing 100% whether they would fit for the purpose what I wanted them for. If they do, they will find their place. They were only £3 each. I'll just show you them very quickly without wobbling too much. There are these 3-part containers, and I thought they would be very good to store. Definitely for my visible image stamps. That was I bought one container for that. But for the others, I have got an idea, but I don't know yet whether that will work out. So yeah, I think I close my first part of the video here. Maybe even just move around a little bit and show you space I have created. I'm not showing you, oh yes, I am showing you my desk, but it is a bit of a mess. So as I said, this is not supposed to be a craft room tour. So this is what my mess on the craft table looks like after I crafted a little bit recently. So I need to follow my own advice from my craft desk video and yeah, tidy this up, clean my stamps as well. I've started again not cleaning my stamps straight after stamping, so I shall do that as well tonight. And yeah, I hopefully could inspire you to have a go if you have got a mess in your craft room, or even if you just need to tidy up a little bit. And then yeah, as I had hinted at, I will record a second video where I give you tips on how to store your craft supplies. So thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see the second part and don't want to miss it, maybe you want to subscribe to my channel, I'd be very happy about that. And I'll see you very soon with part 2.